friends, seekers, fellow travelers on this incredible journey of life. Welcome to How to Control Your Mind, Secrets from Hindu Scriptures. I am so thrilled you've chosen to embark on this adventure with me. For years, I've walked a path inspired by the profound wisdom of ancient Hindu scriptures, particularly the teachings of luminaries like Swami Sivananda. His work, especially Mind, Its Mysteries and Control, has been a guiding light, and now, I want to share its brilliance with you in a way that's accessible, practical, and deeply transformative. You see, in our modern world, bombarded with information, expectations, and endless distractions, our minds can often feel like a chaotic battlefield. Thoughts race, worries linger, and emotions swing like a pendulum. We yearn for inner peace, for a sense of control, but often feel helpless against the relentless tide of our own minds. But what if I told you that within you lies the power to navigate this inner landscape, to quiet the storm and find the serenity you so deeply desire? What if I told you that the mind, often seen as the greatest obstacle, can actually become your greatest tool in the pursuit of happiness and enlightenment? This book is your guide to unlocking that power. Drawing upon the timeless principles found in Hindu scriptures, we'll explore practical techniques and insightful perspectives to help you understand the nature of your mind. We'll delve into how thoughts arise, how emotions influence us, and how desires drive our actions. Develop self-awareness. Learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, creating space for conscious choice. Cultivate inner stillness. Discover powerful methods for quieting the mind and experiencing the peace that resides within. Master your emotions. Learn to navigate challenging emotions with grace and equanimity. Transform negative thought patterns. Break free from limiting beliefs and create a more positive and empowering inner dialogue. Live with greater purpose and intention. Align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your deepest values and aspirations. This isn't just a book of theory. It's a practical guide filled with real-world examples, relatable stories, and easy-to-implement exercises. Because in the end, spirituality isn't about complex rituals or obscure concepts. It's about living a more conscious, compassionate, and fulfilling life, right here and now. Throughout this journey, remember that you are not alone. Many have walked this path before you, and their wisdom is here to support you. With dedication and an open heart, you can learn to control your mind and unlock the infinite potential that lies within. Let's begin. Ancient texts like this one hold the keys to unlocking life's mysteries. With each chapter, you'll uncover teachings that are as practical today as they were centuries ago. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Subscribe to our channel and ensure you receive every valuable lesson from this sacred scripture. Be part of this mission to bring ancient wisdom to the modern world. Chapter 1. Unveiling the Mind, Friend or Foe. Namaste, and welcome. I'm so glad you've joined me on this journey of self-discovery. Today, we begin with the very foundation of our inner world, the mind. Is it your best friend, or your worst enemy? The truth, as ancient Hindu scriptures reveal, is that it's both. Consider this: you have a big presentation coming up at work. Days before, your mind starts racing. What if I mess up? What if they ask questions I can't answer? What if everyone thinks I'm incompetent? You replay worst-case scenarios in your head, creating anxiety and fear. Here, the mind is clearly the foe, a relentless source of suffering. Now, picture this instead. You're feeling down after a tough day. You consciously choose to focus on positive memories, a recent success, a loving moment with your family, the beauty of nature. Gradually, your mood lifts. Here, the mind becomes a friend, a tool for resilience and happiness. The mind, at its core, is a powerful instrument. But like any tool, it needs to be understood and wielded with skill. Left untamed, it can run wild. It jumps from thought to thought like a restless monkey, dwelling on the past, worrying about the future, and rarely residing in the present moment. It is this monkey mind that leads to anxiety, regret, and dissatisfaction. Our Hindu scriptures teach us that the mind is not who we truly are. It's more like a servant, and we are the master. But often, the servant takes control, dragging us along on a chaotic ride. We become slaves to our fleeting thoughts and emotions. Why does the mind behave this way? It's programmed for survival. It constantly scans for threats, remembers past traumas, and projects potential dangers. This was essential for our ancestors, ensuring their survival. But in today's relatively safe world, this survival mechanism often overreacts, creating unnecessary stress. Understanding the mind is the critical first step to controlling it. We need to recognize its tendencies, accept its imperfections, and learn techniques to calm its turbulence. Only then can we begin to unlock its potential as a source of immense creativity, wisdom, and inner peace. This journey of mind control and spiritual awakening will transform your life. This book is designed to guide you on this path. We won't just talk about abstract concepts. We'll explore practical techniques and strategies rooted in ancient wisdom, presented in a way that is easy to understand and apply to your everyday life. Chapter 2: The Ancient Map. Wisdom from Hindu Scriptures. Imagine you're in a brand new city, completely unknown. No familiar landmarks, no friendly faces. You want to reach a specific destination, a place of peace and understanding. Would you wander aimlessly, hoping to stumble upon it? Or would you use a map, a tried and tested guide to lead you safely to your goal? Our minds are much like that new city, full of twists, turns, dead ends, and hidden alleyways. The destination: inner peace, self-mastery, a life of purpose and fulfillment. To navigate this inner landscape effectively, we need a map. And that map, my friends, is found within the ancient wisdom of Hindu scriptures. Think of the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and Yoga Sutras of Patanjali as your GPS. These aren't just dusty old books. They're practical instruction manuals for the journey within. They offer profound insights into the nature of the mind, how it works, and, most importantly, how to control it. The Upanishads, filled with stories and dialogues, explore the fundamental questions of life. Who am I? What is the nature of reality? They tell us that the true self, the Atman, is one with the universal consciousness, the Brahman. Understanding this oneness can dissolve the ego-driven thoughts and anxieties that plague us. It's like realizing you're not just a single raindrop, but part of the vast ocean. Then there's the Bhagavad Gita. This epic poem tells the story of Arjuna, a warrior facing a moral dilemma. Through his conversation with Lord Krishna, we learn about duty, devotion, and the path to self-realization. The Gita emphasizes the importance of selfless action, performing our duties without attachment to the results. This helps us break free from the cycle of desire and aversion, the constant pull of the mind. Imagine being a cook. You still need to chop vegetables without being too attached to the outcome, that is the delicious meals. Finally, we have the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. In easy terms, it is a detailed guide to yoga as not just physical postures, but as a complete system for controlling the mind. Patanjali outlines the 8 limbs of yoga, which include ethical principles, physical postures, breath control, sense withdrawal, concentration, meditation, and ultimately, enlightenment. It teaches us how to calm the mind through focused attention and discipline, leading to sustained inner peace. It's like training for a marathon. You don't just jump in and run. You follow a structured plan to build strength, endurance, and mental focus. These scriptures show that the mind is not an enemy to be suppressed, but a powerful tool to be mastered. They offer simple techniques, mindfulness, self-reflection, positive affirmations, and ethical living, to help us tame our thoughts, understand our emotions, and conquer our desires. When we do that, we can navigate the inner city with ease, reaching our destination of peace, purpose, and a truly fulfilling life. These are timeless guides to navigate the labyrinth of the mind and discover the true self within. Chapter 3: The Thought Factory, Understanding Thought Patterns. Welcome, dear friends. Close your eyes for a moment. What's popping up in your mind? Is it a plan for tomorrow, a worry about yesterday, or a random jingle from a commercial? Our minds are like bustling factories, constantly churning out thoughts. But are we the managers, or are we just workers on the assembly line, blindly following the conveyor belt of thoughts? Understanding this thought factory is crucial in our journey to master our minds. Thoughts, like seeds, have the potential to blossom into magnificent trees or thorny bushes. Positive thoughts nurture joy and creativity. Negative thoughts, however, can poison our minds and cripple our spirit. Where do these thoughts come from? They spring from various sources: our past experiences, things people told us, the news we watched, and perhaps even deeply ingrained beliefs we aren't even aware we hold. Think of a time someone said to you, "You're not good enough." Did you dismiss it, or did that seed take root, growing into feelings of inadequacy? That's how thoughts influence our emotions, which, in turn, dictate our actions. If you believe you're not good enough, you might avoid opportunities, reinforcing the initial negative belief. Now, let's talk about the real danger lurking within our minds: thought patterns. These are repetitive loops of thinking. Imagine a stuck record playing the same sad song over and over. It doesn't matter that the song is depressing. The needle is stuck, and it plays non-stop. That's precisely how negative thought patterns work. For example, someone who thinks, "I always fail," might unconsciously sabotage their efforts, ensuring the thought becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. These deep-rooted patterns create a negative self-image. Like repeatedly using a dirty mirror, it reflects back a distorted image of ourselves. The good news is, we can identify these patterns and break free from the grip. Ask yourself, what negative thoughts do I have most frequently? When do I tend to have them? What triggers them? By becoming aware of these patterns, we begin to reclaim control over our minds. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts, the manager of your mind factory, with the ability to decide what to produce. In the next chapter, we'll be discussing the power of now. Chapter 4: The Power of Now, Cultivating Presence Through Mindfulness. Friends, have you ever felt like your mind is everywhere but here? Lost in worries about tomorrow, replaying mistakes from yesterday? This is where mindfulness comes in. It's the art of bringing your attention gently, lovingly, back to the present moment. It is the antidote to the restless, wandering mind. Think of your mind like a mischievous puppy, always chasing after every butterfly and squirrel. Mindfulness is training that puppy to sit, to stay, right here, right now. How do we do this? Through awareness. Awareness of our breath, our bodies, our surroundings. It's not about stopping thoughts. It's about observing them without judgment. Imagine watching clouds drift across the sky. You don't try to stop them, do you? You simply watch them pass. Treat your thoughts the same way. Let's say you find yourself in a stressful meeting at work. Pressure is mounting, tempers are flaring, and your thoughts begin to race with worry. In this situation, mindfulness can be your anchor. Take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs. Notice the sensation of your feet on the floor. This simple act of focusing on your breath, on your body, brings you back to the present. It pulls you out of the chaotic swirl of thoughts and emotions. Suddenly, you're more centered, more grounded, and better equipped to handle the situation. Mindfulness isn't just for stressful situations. It can be practiced at any time, anywhere. While washing dishes, notice the warmth of the water, the smell of the soap, the feeling of the dishes in your hands. When walking in nature, pay attention to the feel of the ground beneath your feet, the sounds of the birds, the beauty of the trees. Every moment offers an opportunity to practice mindfulness. Start small. Even just 5 minutes a day of focused breathing can make a difference. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and observe the rise and fall of your chest. When your mind wanders, gently guide it back to your breath. With consistent practice, mindfulness will become a natural part of your life, helping you to control your mind and find peace in the present moment. It is the key to unlocking the power within you, the power of now. Chapter 5: Taming the Monkey Mind. Techniques for Stillness. Imagine you have a puppy, full of boundless energy. It jumps, barks, and chews on everything. That, my friends, is your mind. Constantly flitting from thought to thought, worry to worry, desire to desire. Hindu scriptures call it the monkey mind, because it swings wildly from one branch, thought, to another. But like a puppy, the monkey mind can be trained. We can teach it stillness. How? Through simple yet powerful techniques. First, meditation. It's not emptying your mind. That's nearly impossible at first. It's gently redirecting your attention back to the present when thoughts arise. Start with just 5 minutes a day. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. When a thought pops up, what's for dinner? Did I lock the door? Acknowledge it without judgment, and then gently guide your focus back to your breath. Think of it as bringing your puppy back to your side. Next, breathing exercises, pranayama. Our breath and our mind are intimately connected. Deep, slow breathing calms the nervous system and quietens the mind. A simple one is the box breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and hold for 4 counts. Repeat. Feel the tension melt away with each exhale. Then, simple yoga poses. Yoga isn't just about flexibility. It's about connecting with your body. Poses like child's pose or mountain pose center you, bringing you back to the present moment. Even 5 minutes of gentle stretching can significantly reduce mental clutter. Think of these techniques as rewarding your puppy mind for being calm. Each time you successfully redirect your thoughts, you're giving it positive reinforcement. And just like training a puppy, consistency is key. Even a little bit each day is far more effective than sporadic long sessions. The benefits are incredible. Reduced stress, improved focus, better sleep, and a deeper connection to your inner self. You're not trying to eliminate thoughts, but to create a space between you and them. To observe them without getting entangled. To become the master of your mind, not its slave. Through mindful practices, you can gradually transform the chaotic energy of the monkey mind into a serene and focused state, essential for spiritual progress. Chapter 6: Emotions as Messengers, Decoding Your Feelings. Namaste, dear friends. Let's talk about something we all experience, sometimes beautifully, sometimes not so much. I'm talking about emotions. Often, we treat emotions like unwelcome house guests. Sadness crashes the party, Anger throws things around, and fear hides in the corner, making everything uncomfortable. But what if I told you these guests aren't trying to ruin your day? What if they're actually messengers, delivering crucial information? Hindu scriptures don't tell us to suppress emotions. They guide us to understand them, to see them as signals, not enemies. Anger isn't inherently bad, it's information. Let's say you're stuck in traffic, and who hasn't been? You feel that familiar heat rising, anger. Most people blame the other drivers. But take a moment to pause. What if that anger is telling you something deeper? Perhaps it's a sense of losing control over your schedule, a feeling of being trapped. The scriptures urge us to inquire. Instead of saying, "Ugh, I hate traffic," ask yourself, "Why am I feeling this anger? What unmet need is it pointing to?" Maybe you need to build in buffer time in your schedule. Perhaps you need to practice acceptance. Being late isn't the end of the world. Similarly, sadness isn't a sign of weakness. It might point to a loss, a disappointment, or a need for comfort and connection. Fear isn't cowardice. It's often a signal to assess a situation and take precautions. The key is awareness. Pay attention. Ask what the feeling is trying to communicate. Don't react blindly. Instead, observe, acknowledge, and respond with wisdom. This isn't about eradicating emotions. It's about responding to them skillfully. When you understand your emotions, they become incredible tools for self-understanding and growth, not burdens to be avoided. Chapter 7. Conquering Desire. Finding Contentment Within. Friends, let's talk about desire. That constant itch, that yearning for more. A bigger house, a faster car, a fancier phone. It's endless, isn't it? This chase after things makes your mind unstable and unhappy. Hindu scriptures reveal that this unrelenting pursuit is the root of much of our suffering. Think of it like this. You finally get that new car you've wanted for months. For the first week, you're ecstatic. Then, a scratch appears. The initial joy fades. Soon, you're eyeing the newest, most improved model. You will be stuck in a loop. You're immediately plunged back into the desire trap. This is the nature of desire. It's a fleeting pleasure, followed by dissatisfaction. True happiness, the kind that lasts, doesn't come from getting, it comes from being. We can find inner peace only when we are not looking for these temporary pleasure. But how to break free? The key is detachment. Detachment isn't about giving up everything and becoming a hermit. It's about understanding that external things are temporary. It's about not tying your happiness to them. Here are some practical steps you can take. Practice gratitude. Each day, take a moment to be thankful for what you already have. A warm home, a loving family, good health. Focusing on the positive shifts you from feeling that never-ending want for things. Identify your core values. What truly matters to you? Is it kindness, creativity, connection? When you align your actions with your values, you find fulfillment that external possessions can't provide. Limit exposure to temptation. Be mindful of advertising and social media, which often fuel desires for things we don't need. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate when you are not getting these material pursuits. Find joy in simple things. Take a walk in nature, read a good book, spend time with loved ones. Discover pleasure in the little moments, not expensive purchases. Practice contentment. This is the art of being satisfied with what you are. It's not about settling for less, but appreciating the present moment instead of constantly seeking something more. It needs practice like meditation and yoga to feel contentment. When you choose to be happy with what you have, you're free to enjoy this life. Chapter 8. The Art of Self-Inquiry, Questioning Your Beliefs. Friends, how many of you have ever just accepted something to be true without really checking it out? Maybe somebody told you something about yourself, or the world, and you just took it as fact. We do it all the time. But what if some of those facts are actually holding you back? This chapter introduces the powerful practice of self-inquiry, a simple but profound way to investigate your own thoughts and beliefs. Think of it like being a detective, but instead of solving a crime, you're uncovering the truth about you. This is called Atma Vichara in ancient scripture. The key is to question everything, not in a cynical way, but with a genuine desire to understand the foundation of your thoughts. Why do you believe what you believe? Where did that belief come from? Is it really true, or just a story you've been telling yourself? Let's say you struggle with self-doubt. You constantly feel like you're not good enough. That's a common one. Instead of just accepting it as a truth, let's use self-inquiry. Ask yourself, is it absolutely true that I'm not good enough? Dig deep. What evidence supports this belief? Maybe you made a mistake at work. Maybe you didn't achieve a goal. But does one mistake define your entire worth? Now, flip it. What evidence contradicts this belief? Think about your strengths, your accomplishments, big or small, the times you succeeded, the skills you have. Look at the love and support you receive from friends and family. Often, you'll find that the evidence for your limiting belief is flimsy. It's based on past experiences, fears, or comparisons to others. Realize that it is just a thought pattern in your mind. Through this process of questioning, you can begin to dismantle these limiting beliefs. You might realize that you are good enough, that you are capable, and that your worth isn't tied to external achievements. As these negative thought patterns starts to get dismantled, new beliefs, like increased self-esteem and confidence, start to develop. Start with small things. Next time you find yourself thinking something negative about yourself or the world, pause and ask, is this really true? You don't have to change the world overnight. But with each question, you're taking a step closer to liberation. Chapter 9. The Power of Positive Affirmation, Reshaping Your Reality. Friends, haven't we all been there? Standing before a challenge, a new opportunity, and a little voice whispers, you're not good enough. You'll fail. That, my friends, is the voice of your mind, echoing old patterns and negative beliefs. But what if you could change the tape? What if you could rewrite the script playing in your head? That's where the power of positive affirmations comes in. Our minds are incredibly powerful. Hindu scriptures teach us that our thoughts shape our reality. Think of your mind like fertile soil. Seeds of negativity, like doubt and fear, will grow weeds of limitation in your life. But seeds of positivity, like confidence and self-belief, will blossom into opportunities and success. Affirmations are those powerful, positive seeds. An affirmation is simply a statement that you repeat to yourself, declaring something to be true, even if you don't fully believe it yet. It's like training a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Think of it like this. If you constantly tell yourself you're clumsy, you might start acting clumsy. But if you consistently affirm, I am graceful and coordinated, you'll begin to move with more intentionality and confidence. Let's say you're afraid of public speaking. Your affirmation could be, I am a confident and engaging speaker. My voice is clear and my message is valuable. Repeat this affirmation silently, or even aloud, every morning and throughout the day. Feel the truth of it in your body. Visualize yourself speaking with ease and conviction. It's not about magically making your fears disappear overnight. It's about reprogramming your subconscious mind over time. The key is consistency and belief. Don't just say the words. Feel them. Believe in their power to transform you. Don't just affirm generic things like, I am successful. Get specific. What does success look like for you? If you desire better health, affirm, I am vibrant with energy and health flows through every cell of my being. Affirmations are not just wishful thinking. They are a powerful tool to align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with your desired reality. They plant the seeds of possibility in the fertile ground of your mind, helping you to overcome limiting beliefs and manifest a more fulfilling and joyful life. So, start today. Choose your affirmations, speak them with conviction, and watch as your reality begins to reshape itself before your very eyes. Chapter 10: Karma. Understanding action, reaction, and responsibility. Namaste, dear friends. Today, we unravel a fundamental law of the universe, one that governs our lives with unwavering precision: karma. It's not about punishment or reward from a judgmental God in the sky. Instead, karma is the simple yet profound principle of cause and effect. Every action, every word, every even thought we send out into the world creates a corresponding reaction. Think of it like throwing a stone into a pond. The stone is your action. The ripples that spread outward, those are the consequences, both immediate and far-reaching. This is karma in action. It's easy to see in obvious cases. If you work hard, you're more likely to succeed. If you lie, you're more likely to lose trust. But karma goes much deeper. A kind word can brighten someone's day. A harsh judgment can leave a lasting scar. Consistently being kind and helpful creates a positive ripple effect, making the world a better place and drawing positivity back to you. Imagine you volunteer at a soup kitchen. Your selfless act not only nourishes hungry bodies but also nourishes your own spirit, planting seeds of peace and contentment within. This is positive karma unfolding. Conversely, harboring resentment and negativity creates a toxic environment, attracting more of the same. This is negative karma taking root. The key lies in understanding responsibility. We are not victims of fate. We are the architects of our own experience. When challenges arise, instead of asking, "Why me?" powerful question to ask would be, "What can I learn? How can I improve?" Own your actions, both past and present. Forgive yourself for mistakes and commit to choosing more wisely in the future. Karma also extends to our thoughts. Because thought are the seeds of action. A hateful thought, even if unexpressed, can poison our own inner world and subtly influence our words and deeds. So, cultivate positive, compassionate thoughts. This consistent effort is not only a moral imperative but the surest path to inner growth and a more harmonious existence. This isn't about striving for perfect behavior to earn a better life. It's about aligning our actions with our highest values, embracing kindness, compassion, and integrity in every interaction. Remember, the universe is a mirror, reflecting back what we project onto it, and that is the very basic of karma. Understanding, accepting, and living by this universal law will transform yourself, your reality, and life. Chapter 11: The Role of Diet, Nourishing Body and Mind. Friends, let us talk about something fundamental to our well-being: what we put into our bodies. Our ancient scriptures teach us that food isn't just fuel. It's energy that affects our mind, our emotions, and even our spiritual progress. Think of your body as a temple, and food as the offering you make within it. Would you offer something polluted or impure? Of course not. Similarly, we should strive to nourish ourselves with foods that promote clarity, calmness, and overall health. Have you ever noticed how a heavy, processed meal leaves you feeling sluggish and mentally foggy? That's because your body is struggling to digest it, drawing energy away from your mind. Imagine trying to meditate after eating a huge pizza. The restlessness in your belly translates to restlessness in your mind. On the other hand, a balanced diet filled with fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins provide sustained energy and mental clarity. Think about how you feel after eating a light, healthy salad. You likely feel energized, focused, and ready to tackle the day. It's not about deprivation or strict rules, but about mindful choices. Consider your body's needs. Are you feeling stressed? Perhaps incorporating calming foods like chamomile tea or almonds could help. Are you feeling low on energy? Choose nutrient-dense foods like spinach or lentils. Remember, food is a powerful tool for self-mastery. By being mindful of what we eat, we can cultivate a body and mind that are both healthy and conducive to spiritual growth. Let food be thy medicine. Chapter 12. The company you keep, the influence of relationships. Friends, fellow seekers, you are not an island. We are all interconnected, woven into the fabric of human experience. The ancient scriptures whisper a profound truth: the company you keep shapes the person you become. Think of a garden, the soil nourishes the plants. Similarly, your relationships nurture your mind and spirit, either helping them blossom or hindering their growth. Consider this: have you ever felt inexplicably lighter, more energized after spending time with someone? Conversely, have you ever felt drained, negative, or anxious after interacting with another? That's the power of relationship at play. Positive, supportive relationships act like sunshine and water, encouraging your inner self to flourish. These are the people who believe in you, celebrate your successes, and offer encouragement during challenging times. They are mirrors reflecting your best self. Toxic relationships, on the other hand, are like weeds. They choke the joy from your life, deplete your energy, and sow seeds of negativity. These relationships might involve constant criticism, manipulation, or a general lack of respect. They can leave you feeling inadequate, insecure, and emotionally exhausted. Think of a simple example. Imagine you aspire to start your own business. Sharing this dream with an encouraging friend might spark brainstorming sessions, offer practical advice, and fuel your motivation. Sharing this with a toxic person might result in a barrage of negativity. You'll never succeed. It's too risky. You're not good enough. Which scenario would inspire you to take action? This isn't about cutting everyone negative out of your life overnight. Sometimes, those relationships are family. It's about becoming aware of the influence these relationships have and taking conscious steps to protect your mental and emotional well-being. Set boundaries. Limit your exposure. Practice compassion, but don't allow yourself to be constantly drained. Seek out and nurture connections with those who uplift you, who inspire you to be a better version of yourself. Choose your company wisely, for they are shaping the garden of your mind. Chapter 13. Service and Selflessness, Finding Purpose Beyond the Self. Friends, have you ever noticed that the moments you feel truly happy often involve doing something for someone else? It's a curious thing, isn't it? We're so often told to focus on ourselves, to climb the ladder, to accumulate more. Yet, true fulfillment often lies in giving, in serving without expecting anything in return. This is the essence of seva, selfless service, a profound concept woven deeply into our Hindu scriptures. Think of a river. If it keeps all its water to itself, it becomes stagnant and useless. But when it flows outwards, nourishing the land, bringing life to everything it touches, that is when the river truly fulfills its purpose. We, too, are like that river. Our potential lies not in hoarding, but in flowing outwards with compassion and service. Service isn't about grand gestures or heroic acts, though those are wonderful too. It's about the small, consistent acts of kindness that weave themselves into the fabric of our daily lives. Think of volunteering at a local soup kitchen, offering a helping hand to a neighbor struggling with groceries, or simply listening with empathy to a friend in need. These seemingly small acts ripple outwards, creating a wave of positivity and connection. Why is service so powerful? It's because it gently chips away at the ego, that often noisy and demanding part of ourselves that always wants more, more, more. When we are focused on the needs of others, our own worries seem to shrink in comparison. We realize that we are connected, that we are all part of something larger than ourselves. Imagine the feeling of helping a child learn to read, or witnessing the gratitude in the eyes of someone you've assisted. That feeling, my friends, is a glimpse into the deeper meaning of life. It's a connection to something truly sacred. Service is not a burden, but a privilege. It's an opportunity to express our inherent goodness, to shed the illusion of separation, and to experience the profound joy of contributing to the well-being of others. Start small, find something that resonates with your heart, and let the spirit of Siva transform your life. You might be surprised at the happiness and peace that unfolds. Chapter 14. The Guru's Grace, Seeking Guidance on the Path. Friends, fellow travelers on this inward journey, let's talk about guidance. We've explored so much about the mind, its traps, and its potential. Now, how do we navigate this complex landscape effectively? Often, the term guru comes up. It's a word that carries a lot of weight, sometimes even a little mystique. In essence, a guru is a teacher, a mentor, someone who can shed light on your path. But let's understand one thing clearly from the very start: your truest guru resides within you. That inner voice, that intuition, that spark of wisdom, listen to it above all else. The Hindu scriptures often speak of the importance of a guru, and certainly, guidance from someone experienced can be invaluable. Imagine learning to play the guitar. You could stumble your way through it, learning by trial and error, which is perfectly valid. Or you could seek a teacher who understands music theory, technique, and can offer personalized feedback. Similarly, a spiritual mentor can point out blind spots, offer perspectives you haven't considered, and keep you on track when you feel lost. However, don't fall into the trap of thinking a guru is absolutely necessary. Your spiritual journey is ultimately your journey. You are responsible for your growth, and self-reliance is key. Think of the millions who have found peace and wisdom through introspection, reading inspiring books, spending time in nature, or simply living a life dedicated to kindness and compassion. They found their guidance in different ways, without a specific guru figure. Finding a human mentor if you feel you need one is about discernment. Look for someone who embodies the qualities you admire: kindness, wisdom, compassion, and a genuine desire to help others. Avoid those who seek to control or manipulate you, or who claim to hold all the answers. Remember, a true guru points you back to your own inner wisdom. Ultimately, the most important guidance comes from within. Cultivate self-awareness, listen to your intuition, and learn from your experiences. Be your own guru, trust yourself, and never stop seeking truth, wherever you find it. Because the greatest teacher, ultimately, is life itself. Chapter 15. Living with Awareness, Integrating Spiritual Practices into Daily Life. The journey doesn't end with this book. It truly begins. You've explored the mind's landscape, its power, its pitfalls, and the tools provided by Hindu scriptures to navigate it effectively. Now, it's time to weave these insights into the fabric of your daily life, transforming theory into lived experience. Integrating spiritual practices isn't about radical upheaval. It is a subtle but powerful shift in how you approach each moment. Think of it as adding spices to a dish, subtly enhancing its flavor. Mindfulness moments. Dedicate a few moments each day to practice mindfulness. It could be during your morning coffee, while waiting in line, or before sleep. Simply focus on your breath, observing your thoughts without judgment. This anchors you in the present and reduces the mind's tendency to wander. Affirmations in action. Review your positive affirmations regularly. More importantly, embody them. If your affirmation is, "I am worthy of love," treat yourself with compassion and kindness. Let your actions reflect your beliefs. Karmic consideration. Before reacting to a situation, pause. Consider the potential consequences of your words and actions. Choosing a response rooted in kindness and understanding is a conscious karmic choice. Nourishment as a practice. Pay attention to what you eat and how it makes you feel. Choose foods that nourish your body and mind, fueling your energy and clarity. Relationship review. Evaluate the relationships in your life. Are they supportive and uplifting, or draining and negative? Consciously cultivate connections that foster growth and well-being. Acts of service. Devote some time to selfless service. Helping others shifts your focus outward, diminishing ego-driven concerns and cultivating feelings of interconnectedness. Daily reflection. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on your experiences. What did you learn? Where did you stumble? How can you approach tomorrow with greater awareness? Consistency is key. Don't be discouraged by setbacks. The spiritual path is a marathon, not a sprint. Some days will be easier than others. The important thing is to keep showing up, to keep practicing, to keep striving for self-mastery. Embrace the process. Ultimately, this is a journey of self-discovery. Each day is a new opportunity to learn, grow, and evolve. Embrace the process with patience, compassion, and a playful spirit. The goal isn't perfection, but continuous improvement. Living with awareness is a lifelong journey of continuous growth and transformation. It's about infusing your daily life with a sense of purpose, intention, and connection to something greater than yourself. Persist, be patient, and trust in the unfolding of your spiritual potential.